Hey everybody, Corey Minor here, former NFL linebacker and author of the book, Make a Touchdown of Your Life. I am so glad you're here. Welcome to Touchdown Studios. It's so great to have you. Let's go ahead and dive in. Many of you on my email list, first of all, thanks so much for being on that list. I sent an email out, I believe it was the 10th of this month, talking about and sharing with you my NFL adversity. And I guess it resonated with many of you because I received such wonderful feedback from people saying that, oh my gosh, they needed this, or thank you for sharing, I need to hear this, or just appreciation. And I'm totally thankful and totally appreciative of that. So what I thought I would do is I thought we'd stay on the same topic of adversity, and we jump on the whiteboard a little bit and have some fun with it, and really kind of just give a few points and dive into adversity a little bit better than I did on my email, and help you in conquering it and defeating it, because we all go through it. We all go through it, and we always will. It's part of life. So let's go ahead and dive in. As you know, being a Notre Dame guy, playing for Coach Holtz, he kept notes on a manila folder. I do the same thing over 18 years now. This is what I do. So please bear in mind, this is how I coach, how I train, and we'll dive in. So we're talking about, right, adversity, right? Adversity. And let's dive in. And the first point I want to talk about adversity is, number one, it will happen. As long as you're breathing on this earth, you will have to face and deal with adversity, period. Nothing else. Number two, it's part of life. I mean, think about it. You could be at your highest of highs. Things are going so well for you, either relationship-wise, income-wise, family-wise, and bam, right? Something hits you unexpected, knocks you off your feet. You stumble a little bit, right? Oh my goodness, how do I get back? How do I wake up from that, right? It's going to happen. Will happen. You know, I bet you're fighting adversity right now, right? Or just have been maybe 6 months ago, or 3 weeks ago, or 2 days ago. You know, maybe your car went to work, and you started going to work, left the house this morning, maybe your car didn't start, right? That's a small piece of adversity, right? So how do you handle that? And right now, how you handle it right now as you deal with adversity? Because we all have it. So I think there's three ways to process adversity. You know, if you're going to fight it, you're going to learn from it, and you're going to progress from it. If you're going to fight it, learn from it, and progress from it, I think there's three fundamental principles that you got to know, you got to deal with. First one being, with adversity, you got to handle it. You got to handle it. You've got to handle it. You can't let it cripple you. You can't let it keep knocking you down, and you can't let it stop you from your course of action, right? You've got to handle it. Number two, you've got to overcome it, right? You've got to overcome it, right? You got to dig deep and find your resolve from within and overcome what you're going through. Will it be tough? Yes. Is it painful? Yes. Is it hard? Yes. Will it maybe linger on for some time? Yes. But so what? So what? You've got to get through it. You've got to persevere, and you've got to push through. And number three, which I believe is the biggest one, is how do you turn it positive? You know, how do you turn it into a positive light? Right? How do you say, man, you know what? I've just been knocked down. I've just been spit on. I've just been beaten up. How can I pull the positive from that so I can learn from it? In my article that I sent to you guys, I talked about how when I was first cut, how I was devastated, right? I was crying days and nights. I was floored. I thought about giving up, thought about quitting football. But when I was picked up the following week by the Panthers, what that reminded me and how I overcame it, how I found the positive from it, was that it reminded me that I'm not promised to be here. You know, playing NFL football is a luxury, right? Most people don't get to do that. So every day when I take this field, every day when I take this field, I'm going to take it like it's my last time I'm going to play the game. That's how it turns into a positive. See, we can all look and sulk and sit on the bench and sit at home and whine and indulge in some desserts and chips and to get away our pain and sorrow, but what does that do? What is that really doing for you and I besides making the problem worse? And we've got to handle it. We've got to push through. We've got to keep coming. You have to have your why so big that because that why is so big, you're willing to endure anything. You're willing to endure anything. And there's two ways you do that. And I love Tony Robbins for this because Tony Robbins says this. He says, stay committed, but be flexible. Stay committed, stay your path, stay your course. You will get socked in the chin. You will get hit in the stomach. Stay your course and be flexible. Be flexible. I shared this story with you. Maybe you guys know it or not, I'm not sure, but Jack Canfield and Mark Victor Hansen, who are the creators of Chicken Soup for the Soul, a book about inspiration and inspiring people to do bigger and better things. Did you know that they were turned down by 144 publishers? Did you know that? They were turned down by 144 publishers before their book got published. Before a little small company said, you know, hey, yeah, we'll invest in you. We'll bring it here. We'll take it. They could have gave up at the first no, at the 10th no, at the 30th no, at the 70th no. God knows the 144th no. It took them that long. Why? Because their why was so big to change lives, to make a difference. So what's your why? What do you want to achieve? Whether it's financially, whether it's relationship-wise, whether it's in your career, whether it's being a business owner or entrepreneur, what do you want to achieve? Maybe it's doing social work. What do you want to achieve in your life to leave that legacy? When you find that, you're on the cusp. But more importantly, when you get knocked down from pursuing that, will tell us, me, yourself, importantly, about you and what your makeup is and what you're about. Because we can all run from adversity, but strong people stay and fight it. And I know you will. Hey, thank you for joining me in Touchdown Studios. I hope this training session was helpful and beneficial for you to understand that for you to win and fight adversity, you got to fight it, number one. You got to face it, number two. You got to pull the positives out of it, number three. And number four, you got to find that why. That why will push you and prevail you through. Thank you for being here at Touchdown Studios. Remember, it's always your choice to get off the sideline and get into the game. Until next time, I'm Corey Minor. Have a blessed one. Out.